Greetings.
Yeah, man. Just let the people just introduce.
Yeah, man. As you say, Falcon from way back when, but Albico now because the African heritage still in a way, you know. So, CEO of Foxmaster, musician, artist, producer, you know, you name it. You know, we dabble in it, but the music is our thing. You know what I mean? Bless the eye. When we get the right people, the show are going to be nice, you know, because there's a lot of knowledge that going to pass down, you know, knowledge from the 70s come right up till now. You know, we're going to have it for the item tonight, for 876 Party Life, we're going to have a whole heap of knowledge, you know, to disseminate on the masses them. You know what I mean? I say?
Yeah, man. So people, boss lady, can you the calling line for the situation so people can get the calling line? So we're supposed to have J Sector tonight. One of our young artists. And this man one here, one for a song and have them bloodshed. It's like in a stream. Some part of Jamaica, you understand? So I will party. I get that feed there again, Albico.
No, and I mean this time.
And Bigga, I tell you about.
Hold on, I'm gonna close the door. I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna close the door. Give me a second.
All right. So ladies and gentlemen, I want to check in on share the life, please. Share the life. Because a whole heap of things. Now, if you say music, and if you do about reggae, concert, I have to do it tonight. If you want to know where the music come from, I have to do it tonight. You understand? So, as I said, when we don't like safety, yeah, man, they run come to place. And we're glad to know, say, one of the ones to come or finally start do something worthwhile. Yeah? So, people who can always check in. You can call in for the phone line. Supposed to have bigger items when we go on in surrounding 90. You understand? This VIP, I feel well last week, here, you know. So that's one of the things. But in a real life, Albico, you remember them days when you used to your music, let me ask you a question. Now you kind of started to. We have some new business later on. We have to go talk to them. And we're there, so let's get the issue going. We have our own. So, can you take us back where your music really started?
Well, it started from, to be frank, it started from primary school. You know, Harold Holmes, that the youth I used to keep at Clarendon College who represent Jamaica a few times as a goalie, also from Clarkstown. You know, me can't hear you. The last of the Sarge.
Yeah, what kind of book are you now?
Boca, right.
Yeah, man.
Right. So we used to in a class and a grade 5 teacher, you know, was a very nice lady. So we used to sing Roland Burlett's song. Me and Boca used to sing Roland Burlett's song. Him used to beat the decks. Lady, 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 why do you holler? There is somebody seeing your face, Johnny Dollar. So the teacher never used to say nothing to me. He just make you go on with yourself. Till one day she passed me a piece of paper and say, here, Donald, you like to sing? You know, Donald is my right name. You like to sing? This is a poem. This is something good for you. It's rhymed up already. See if you can turn it. I remember that poem. And this was from, let's see, 82. No, way before 82. I was in grade 5 then. And the song was Poor Lena Lizard had a pain in her gizzard. You know, that was the poem that we used to have to recite. So she said, sing it. So I tried. You know what I mean? And Boca was there beating the decks just to see him with, you know. And she used to like carry me upon like a concert and she always encouraged me, sing, 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 sing. And I remember one instant when Yellow Man come as Cedric Titus with Siaga come perform, but Yellow Man did kind of late and then have to go foreign, so he never performed. The name of the band was Reflection. And them say we have to have some form of entertainment. And the teacher, you know, say, you go up, they go sing, you know. You know what I mean? I'm say, me and a band, you know, I'm just say, all right, we'll go up there. I'm gonna go up on the stage and I'm gonna sing. And the band backed me. It wasn't perfect because I was still young then. You know what I mean? But the band backed me and everything. And when I look, I see some people like a crowd on back somebody. So when I look at Yellow Man, I come back into the place that I don't want Cedric Titus. Him come back and him take the mic and say, youth is a future. You know, is a future. Cause me that leave and me hear you, but I have to come bless you up and him pat me on my back, so you know, and then him leave, you know. All right, so the music, you know, kind of take on for me, but never take it serious until election time. You know, when election keep in 1980, when we hear Delroy Wilson song, you know, that song really, it really punch a hole in my spirit and enter inside.
Stick up and write this up. Stick up and write this up. Let me welcome this VIP. This VIP, welcome to 876 Party Life. You might mute.
Oh, you're right. Thank you guys. Good evening and good afternoon to you guys today.
Good evening and good afternoon.
I am blessed to be back.
Yeah, we are
getting a rough couple of weeks.
All right, so we have Albico. We have Albico online. You know, Albico, one of Jamaican. He might give you the history with him and the music. And today, he's a producer, artist, and he might produce some real icons. So, nice. We have to know about it, right? If you have questions, you can always pinpoint and ask them questions. All right, Balky, we're back again.
Yes, so when we hear Delroy Wilson's song how it used to do the people, I keep telling this to people, and actually the other year I was down in the city. I'm hearing somebody with the same argument. Once upon a time, I almost lost my mind. I was lonely. That song used to bring peace to the people. You know, Tamika said the sound is not too clear. We'll work on it, Tamika. But that song used to bring peace to the people. If I'm you remember Badness and Stumpy?
Yeah, man.
So Stumpy go for burn down Badness house and the song start playing and Stumpy no bother burn down the house.
I tell you, that's not a 80 election.
That's a 80 election. So when me see that, me say, well, me's a peace loving youth, you know. If this for me bring peace with music, me I go follow. So me start hang around, you know, African roots with Liquor John and Super Cat them, Nicodemus them, and you know, a couple more artists, you know, Anthony Red Rose them used to come, Blackstone up at Top Town there. You know what I mean? Well, artists from Spanish Town, most of them. Liquor John is from Spanish Town. So we, you know, that's where it all started. That's where the interest started for me. That's where the journey started for me. You know, and we have been through thick and thin with sound system, with, you know, you name it, you name it. We've been there. You know, from the early 80s. But to be honest with you, there was a time when the farm worker them used to, when them come from farm, them used to bring one like amps with them. So what the man up at the hilltop did name up at Cedric Titus, Mass Evans. All right, Evans. Then time they I go primary school. No, there was a grave when you go up past it, your father called them there, past Arthur cow. So we used to up there so night time when Evans come from foreign, we didn't go one amps. We used to go up there night time go DJ. For him think, for him sound. And if night catch we, We can't pass the grave to come down because as a little youth, you know, walk past the grave and I die. So if you're brave enough to pass the grave and the cow make a move, a problem, because I don't pay that in my grave. You know? So we go through that journey there because of the music. We used to up there, you know, whole night. Mr. Evans gone in bed and we are broke him nickel them a play a record and I sing over Yellow Man song them and all these things, you know. So and those times we were kids, you know, picnic. Sure enough, we will get beaten when we go in because we should have gone away bed long time. You know, but we up at the hilltop then, no light, no nothing, but we have to do it once music did it, we have to do it. Know what I say? You're gone again.
You're muted. You're muted.
So, Balky, when I question, me have to ask you. So, I mean, who was your mentor at that time?
Well, mentor, you know, Jati bring me a far way. You know, it was a rough outing with him because, but I could see the love and the appreciation. You know what I mean? But that man taught me almost everything I knew and have a lot of confidence in me. Even when I didn't have because I wasn't the person that was overconfident in my time, you know, growing up. I did not grow with a lot of confidence, you know. But he had confidence in me. And he would, you know, he put me over everybody. Sometimes he tell me, say, yeah, buddy's DJ in Jamaica. As a young youth, 15, 16, he say, yeah, buddies. And if anybody else say anything, he mad at them and say, yo, tell the youth same bad. You know what I mean? So even in today's day, I can never forget Jati. You know what I mean? He has brought me a far way among other artists, Little John, Red Rose, a lot of artists. That man is responsible for their upbringing in the music. You know? Yeah.
So, all this, I will know you know a lot of traveling to and from Kingston, Montego Bay, back to Chilani. You do a lot of traveling. I wonder if I might think I get it. Yeah. Sound like I mean. All right. So, Mz.VIP, when you ask a few questions, I'm going to check in and check you back. You know, like I mean, I get it.
All right, no worries. So, Albiko, what is the thing that inspires you the most when it comes to music in this new genre and trying to stay relevant? I know that's a huge thing of, you know, not having bad music, right? That's just, you know, by the way, a one-hit wonder, but something that's going to be timeless, right? Like the 60s and the 70s music that right now that we can go and listen to, you know, something from the 70s. It's just like we just heard it yesterday, right? What is it that brings that out from you when it comes to music?
It's exactly what you just said. That kind of music is what brings out music in me. Because if I'm feeling lethargic or uninspired, as soon as I hear something great from the past with a great melody, you know, some nice progression, proper vocals, I'm up. It's like me get a nice cup of coffee, you know. So great music is what inspired me to make great music, you know, because I appreciate good music. So I want to produce good music.
So what would you say out of all the songs that you've had produced, what would be considered the one that is your favorite that you say takes your heart and you listen to it, it still gives you that first time you wrote or produced?
It's not there yet, you know, to be honest with you.
Really? Okay.
No, because we have a lot of work, me and some of my artists, because we've been writing songs from ever since. And some of the songs here coming out now, they were written from in the 90s. Like Punchline was written in 1998. You know, Good Old Days that I just released, you see the video is out. That was written from 1997.
Wow.
Yeah, a long time ago. You know what I mean? And we at Foxmaster, patience is a because you can rush into something
Mhm.
and spoil it.
Mm.
It's not that we're saving the best for last, but we're saving the things that we have complete confidence in for when the time is right.
That makes sense.
When we have all our ducks, because I'm the engineer in the studio, and I'm not a conceited person. I'm not gonna say my mixes are the best or my sound is the greatest. As soon as I get them to where they should be or where I can say, yes, I've nailed it, then you're gonna hear some songs because you can waste a good song because of a bad mix. You can put a song out there that's it's timeless, but it's not his time yet as yet. So we still have a lot of work to do where I can say. But as far as one of my favorite production right now, uh, mm, I love all my songs, and you know what I mean. And every time I write a song and I decide to put it out, I think it's a great song. If not, it's not going out there.
That makes sense.
You know. But if you ask who's my favorite artist right now, I'm working with Iwana, which is a brother, like a brother to me, because we'll be coming back. So everything, to be honest with you, he has a song that he told me that he wrote for me. It's called Friends.
Okay.
You know, and that song is kind of a, it's kind of a touchy song. When somebody,
Right.
you inspired me to write this song, and I produced that song, and I listened to it. He ended up not liking the song, but I said to him, I says, you know what? You said some stuff in that song that I would have said,
Mm.
you know, and
Really?
yeah, friends were real, friends were no fake, friends were real,
Ah,
fully get. I
that's
didn't,
right.
yeah, that song is a great song. I love it, you know, and we um both the songs that we did for Jazzy Kid Music that's not on my label. I didn't produce that, but I wrote it.
Okay.
I went to Jamaica, and I was on my way to somewhere else and stopped by, for a few days in Jamaica. I check him and I smoke some weed and we are play a rhythm and we just start vibes a song, and I say, wow, there'll never be a day I won't close my eyes and pray.
Wow.
Never be a day. I would say, yo, we could shut this out now. So we did that, we vibes it for about an hour or two, and then we just call Ricky and say, yo, we are coming to the studio today. We have a thing here. So
Wow.
the rhythm that we were playing at the time belongs to Jazzy Kid Production, who's a great friend of mine. I'm just say, we could deal with it. So that song is for me very, very good song. It's spiritual, which is what I like. You know, it says a lot. You know.
So, ladies and gentlemen, remember you can also call in 224-427-7006.
And you guys,
Understand? And promise to call in to talk to the Box Master Boss. Any question you have, you call in. You know the kind of mind. So, Balky, aka Falcon, good old Fox Master, Albico. So, we are trying to give people the whole idea. You understand? So, we don't know, you understand? So, to all, you become an engineer now. So, I mean, you have to get that inspiration from somewhere. Have you been at one of few studios in Jamaica where you say, yes, me want to be like that studio or more than that?
Oh yeah, well, we've been in some of the biggest studios in Jamaica. Anchor, Tough Gang, Scorpio, Jammies. Among them, down Angley Park Road. We've been at Celestial Sound, is where Cecile was a secretary before she started singing. Scatterbarrel used to be the apprentice down there at that time. That was one of the first high-tech studio in Jamaica. You know what I mean? And Steven won that studio. We were in there, and that studio kind of you know, kind of give me a kick when we see how the whole automation thing operate and things. So I say, you know what? I like this, and being a sound system engineer made it kind of easy for me. Cause Sarge, among the top engineers in Jamaica when it comes to tuning up a sound, wiring a sound, and thing. You know what I mean? That's my forte right here. You know what I mean? We could make a radio sound like Stone Love if we want. You know what I mean?
Straight.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, again, I know you have been through a lot, as in an artist. Can you walk us through you being an artist coming up to today? Just a little, just a way of walk. No matter the iron balloon, we know what we set in Jamaica, we know the setting. When an artist approaches a certain career in a period of time, the Jamaican saying is, them now the boss, you know?
Well, there's nobody to blame but myself for, but knowledge is key. If you don't know, if you have nobody to teach you, then you won't know. If you don't intend on finding out, or if you don't know that there's something else to it. So I didn't have a great voice. Lyrics was not a problem of mine. Writing the rhythm was not a problem of mine. But timing was significant because at the time when I came into it and started trying to break out as an artist was when people with heavy voice started coming in. You find the Shabarangs and the Buju and them, and they start come in. My voice couldn't match up to their voice. Ninja Man, I didn't know how important it was to have a mature voice. So my little voice used to come through like a annoyance. Have the lyrics them? Yes, could I pull up the crowd? But as far as being on a record and sounding like a record, I did not have the voice for that. And I was a flat DJ. I didn't know anything about keys and cards and notes or anything like that. So you wonder, say, why you're so bad you can't bust. But yeah, those are the things that was holding it back. So when you're in Kingston, because remember at one point, if you want bus, you have to move. You have to migrate to Kingston. So when you hear Thorough Fabulous, them I do them thing, you wonder, say, why them man, they sound different. They've developed, they say, you have to come with a melody, you have to come with your own style. We down in the countryside never did know that. We just decide, say, we are going to write lyrics and chat upon whichever rhythm we fit on. And then Mino was a Professor Nuts fan. He used to like DJ like Professor Nuts, which was not a dancing thing. It was more like a stage show thing. You understand me? So that's one of the main reasons, because I could have developed my voice, because everybody could. Buju developed his voice, Terror Fabulous developed his voice. All about artists develop them voice. But I didn't, because I didn't know that was important, because nobody told me. I did not know. So that was one of the drawbacks why I didn't break out as an artist back then.
So you basically what you're saying is you didn't have somebody to give you the drive or the motivational person in your life. You need to do this and you need to do that to reach the level you want to reach in the dance hall.
There were motivational people, but they themselves did not know. Because remember, country we did live, so them never did know either. That, hey, you have to develop your voice, because below me, that them kind of voice, they are on the thing. You know what I mean? I say, so you have to you have to match up. You can't come with that little baby voice when them man they out there when Shabba, I blurt it out of the speaker. When Buju, I blurt it out of the speaker, and then every DJ wants to sound like Buju now. So what you do? Yeah, with that little baby voice.
Oh, and you never tried?
Because I didn't know it was important then.
Okay.
Did not know. I thought your time come for your boss, because everybody, that's the only thing they will tell you, that, yo, your bad man just go on your boss one day, your day go come. But your day will come when you go for your day and bring it come, when you start do the things and that is right.
So when you get to learn part of the music, at what time, at what age, you get to learn that part of the music?
Well, when we start go down arrows, when we start sit down with like Prophet them, Tiger them, and them people, and we hear them a reason, we kind of realize that, oh, that's what it took. That's what it's going to take for you to stand up in the crowd with, you know, them kind of artists. I mean, we could go in the dance hall with them, you know, because we used to DJ with the best of the best. Cause remember, at one point I was at BSDC, right? I used to tour the whole island with BSDC. So, and we used to clash, me and Ricky General, Mikey Melody. If you notice, me have a whole of Mikey Melody I produce now.
Right.
We used to back BSDC against Jar and all them sound, Jammins and the whole of them sound there, Metro Media, all of them sound there. And me was one of the DJ who used to stand up to any DJ because it was called for lyrics in the dance hall. Just lyrics, nothing else. But when it comes to a record, there's something else that has to be done. The melody has to be right, the voice has to be right, the keys have to be right. You know what I mean? So that was a different thing. The dance hall, the stage show, and the record, 3 different elements.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the music revolves around you because from an early age, the music is like in your blood. Saying, so you at today on time, right? You want to know what you have to tell about the younger ones, you know, knowing that you know so much about the music.
Ask question. That you tell the younger one them, ask questions. Don't think you know it all. Ask questions. Ask the elder questions. That is important because all of youngsters out there have talent, but it's the same thing. It's going to waste because they don't have. It's not a complete package. You know what I mean? They have the ability to go into a studio every day of the week if they want, but they're still singing off key. You're a politician or something, and it's kind of hurtful. You're a politician. Because politicians are normally busy with Jamaican music, you know. But I think it's Mark Golden said there is millions of dollars being wasted by these artists because they're repetitive and they're not proper. That was a politician saying that. That the DJs them nowadays, they just everybody recycling the same lyrics over and over. You know what I mean? Which is kind of corny because time and patience is the same word spelled differently.
Mm.
You need time to have patience, and to have patience, you have to have time. You know, so if you hear somebody, they might say, "Man, I have time for you right now," or they can say, "Man, I have the patience for you right." It means same thing, but you have to be patient in music. If you're not patient, forget about it. You cannot. You're not gonna make it. So you can go in the studio and put out 10 songs for the week, and the 10 of them, the only time people hear them are when you just come out with them. But they don't want you because you never take the time to vet the songs them. Because the elders them know this. Every song, every hit song back in the days, before going to the studio, you have to get a forward in the dance hall. You know that?
Right.
Yes. If the people in the ball forward feet, so Tiger in the band Black Star, when him do puppy love, so me say Tiger now go. If you don't get no forward for that, John advise it.
Straight.
No, not advise it. Not go nowhere. So the songs were vetted in the dance hall before it got to the studio. So that's why you had so many hits back then.
So question again. All them hits from then, because you say all these artists, not these young artists then, are becoming artists right now. Them still go studio. And I think the songs them what they must sing, they must get a forward in a studio before they really even think to publish it. Or to produce it.
So listen to this now. You ever hear about Yes Man yet?
Yeah, yes, man.
You know what they call Yes Man. So one of your friend them in the studio beat on the place. That don't mean nothing. Them are your friend. Bring it out there to some stranger now and see you get the real reaction. You know what I mean? You can't base things for your friend. Oh yes, you're the death. You know what I mean?
But at the same time, Bulky, in a them early 70s there and 80s, the early 90s then, when them artists are playing in the studio. I mean, most likely are breaking them, or at the time it was business, and now it's business. You sure?
Repeat that. Make sure I get you clear.
So, in the early 90s then, the DJ them were used to DJ in the studio. The producer them they are businessmen. And based on what we are here now, the producer nobody is businessman, no business. Them just want to put it in.
Well, most of the producer them now don't know what they do, father. They don't know what they do. If you today newspaper, Admiral Bailey have an article out when say the producers them is just as bad as the DJ them because the producer don't know say the artist have key. The producer take a vocal and the man have key and him don't know because him just don't know. Him not have the knowledge, him don't know about keys, him don't know about card, him don't know nothing. So him produce some music and him just do some boom auto-tune. And that is distasteful. You know what I mean? So you put a song out there and then you wonder why only your friend them like the song and your friend them always a ball feet and you go get 30,000 views in a one day because click boost, you can buy views easily and then it's stuck. Because when the real audience go up on the song, they don't like it. So it now go further than what you buy. You know what I mean? So when an artist come to me for advice, we got people from all the way of Virginia, from Boston, come vice with me. And it's one thing them say, Bigga, you know, give it for your sticky them. None at all. We said, if you don't deserve it, you not get it. You know? You have to worth it. Me 9 hours vice one song for your artist from Boston. 9 hours. And me tell him, me say, I don't even want your money, brother. Because you can't walk out of the studio with this. You know? Every time you start the song, you start at a different spot. That's how you know, say, you don't really know what I'm doing.
So at that time, there's no way we can keep you at that time.
That's why they drive down to me. Because they need the guidance. Because remember, playing a keyboard, playing a musical instrument teaches you a lot. It does this to the ears. You know what I mean? Every time you start playing the piano and you learn to play the piano, you do what's called ear training. You know what I mean? So if an artist half key, I say, brother, that not sound too proper right there. So right there, so the half key right there, so. You know what I mean? Or you're too wordy. There's too much word in your song. You jumble up. We can't get what you say. And if me in the studio with me ears in a speaker and can't make out what you say, all the people out there are going to hear it. You know what I mean? That's a dud. Can't put that out. So you have to go do something about it. I don't tell you how to structure your song, but you come to me. So me I tell you what me think. Me I give you my advice. You understand me? So you have to tell as an engineer, the engineer needs to know more than the artist. Because the artist is behind the mic. He has the 2 speakers in his ears. He has the meters going up. He has the faders. He has everything. So he needs to know a lot more than the artist because he's the director. He's directing the show. And by the way, an engineer is not a producer.
Right. So, all right, give us the difference between the engineer and the producer.
Okay, the engineer, you might tune up your song. You might take the vocal. You might go make sure, say, you know, peak. You might go make sure, say, all the things level. The mixer come out right. The song, if it's a mastering engineer, you might go master it in response to the quality of the production. He's not responsible for the production. You, as the producer, you recognize an artist. You recognize that he has good talent. You recognize he has voice that can sell, right? You go and you sit down there as a producer and say to Danny Axman, build me a rhythm for that artist here. And you feel it. The engineer sit down there and he take the drum them, he take the bass, he take the synths, he take everything, you know? And you as a producer sit down there and say, and that me I look for. Go over it. Change the bass line there. That's not the engineer's job. The engineer job is to take whatever you play and whatever you sing. Say the producer is to be satisfied. He's the one that's going to spend his money to promote the song or promote the artist. That is a producer.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, question: what would you consider yourself?
Well, I'm rounded because being at it so long, and one of the things that forced me to be all that I am right now is because there's no good help. So when I started out, I gave people equipment, pianos and everything. I say, all right, you go build my rhythm them for me. Yes, here's a piano, here's a computer. When me ready for my rhythm them, if me want na B, me get it in a B flat, or me get it in a C. No, not that. No, the tempo too fast. So me have to send it back. Oh, I mean, I have time now to lick it. So our next 2 weeks before. No, me can't bother with that. So I'm gonna learn to do it myself. You understand me?
So, let me hear Mz.VIP. Mz.VIP,
Yes.
we need you in a, I know you're listening carefully what's going on. And I know there's something you need to ask Bigga.
Well, I guess for me, I think about the artistry behind it, and I know the craftsmanship, because I was actually watching another big producer, his story recently, which was Stevie J, and he was saying just exactly what you were saying about a lot of engineer producers. They got to have that niche to hear, like you were saying, that preciseness of the instruments. And I'm like, wow, that is so huge, because I guess for me, like to hear, just like you say, if you're in the studio, I never thought about it in that way for the artist, right? To say they think they're sounding awesome, like, yo, I'm doing it, but then you're like, whoa, wait, you're saying too many words, you're off key, and how do you normally give that criticism, right? I mean, and I guess for artists, and how they're able to accept it without taking it like, oh, you're attacking me, or is it just a natural thing, they know that this is what they come in to hear?
Well, first of all, what we do in the studio, we have this right here, right? That's a piano. That's the best way to tell an artist he's off key. So you know what key the song is in, right? And you're gonna play what they said, the way they say it, and say, how does that sound to you?
Okay, give it back to them.
so they're gonna know right away. So when you play that, and then you're gonna play the correct thing and say, this is where you should be. You will hear the difference. So anytime you go into a studio and you see the engineer playing with his keyboard, he's getting ready to attack you.
Oh boy. Okay. Yeah, that's a very interesting thing. I've always kind of wanted to see the behind the scenes in the studio. That was always something I always wanted to see for myself.
Yeah,
it's just something that's kind of you're giving me the visuals to like see it.
Yeah, well, if you're in the studio with people that has knowledge, I'm not a know-it-all. I know I go to piano class every Saturday and Sunday because I'm still learning. You know what I mean? Because there is so much to learn.
You hear me?
There's a few instruments that I play. I play the harp also. Because my piano teacher plays that, so she teaches me whatever I want to learn. You know what I mean? So one of the basic things that you need to learn, you can play with both hands and play with your feet and play the piano with your lips and your nose. But if you don't have that ear, if you don't do ear training for a vast amount of the time, all that skill is null and void. Because A and A flat might sound a little bit similar, but it's not harmonically correct. And you go play it, and then when you put that song out, something is not right about it. And that is what is wrong, because you did not pick up that there is a bad note being played in that song. And that note is the difference between a hit song and a song that's just flat.
Okay, Albie. So, what we're going to do, we know we have to kind of wrap up. We know we have the second part of the show. We know we have some songs. We just want you to talk about some songs real quick. So
Well,
people, you check out all them songs that on Foxmaster. I'll be going, you know, the limelight where people can find all of the songs on every social media platform. I'll be
there,
go.
there are
Quick.
out there. Firstly, from you type in Foxmasters production, Foxmasters Productions, you can find them. We have two major rhythm out there. We have the Wide Eyes rhythm, which is what Sly gave me, which is a Shine Eye Girl, Shine Eye Girl. You know, we have quite a few artists on it. One of the songs, Informer, Chesedek is doing great. I mean, the numbers are off the chart for that song. And we have Luke D on the rhythm also. We have Marshall with Endurance on the rhythm also. We have Mikey Melody. And I myself have a song on the rhythm, but there's some work that needs to be done with that song. It's called Life. It's a very good song. You know, it probably will be coming out this week. I wanted to put it out last week, Friday, you know, a week before my birthday, but not happening because there's some things that needs to be done to it. And Chesedek, we have another Chesedek that's on Marshall's rhythm, that Good Old Days song, which is also doing very, very good too. We have a Chesedek called I Rise, which I think is gonna be one of his biggest songs. You know, that should be coming out this week also. And then we have the Crystal Clear rhythm with Pinchers, Pliers. Candyman has a song on it. I didn't know that people was gonna like the song. It's called Rastaman. You know, early one morning, me step in a yard. My mother want to chase me with security guard. Say you a ganja man. Come out of me yard, you are a Rastaman. Oh Lord. That song is doing great because I guess the people don't like the drama of it. You know what I mean? So yeah, there's a good few out there. In the last month I've put out 18 songs. 18 songs. I put out 7 songs with I Wanna. I put out Pliers, 3 Pliers and Pinchers, Little John, also Prisoner in Love, which is a great song, also doing well. You know what I mean? So you can check them out. Like I said, type in Foxmaster Production, you'll see that they pop up most of the songs, you know what I mean? And they are, you know, nice to listen to. They give me a good vibes, which is hard to do. I don't get that good vibe from music that don't sound good, you know. And it's not just because I produce them, because I'm not a conceited person. You know, it's because they sound good, because I have songs that I produce that I would never listen to because I don't like them. You know what I mean? So if it's not good, I call a spade a spade. If it's not good, I'm not listening to it. You know, by some reason or another, they go out there. But after listening back to it, or they went out before I knew certain things, and now that I know that, oh, true, that sounds crappy, you know, I don't listen to them anymore. You know what I mean? So yeah, you know, there's a lot more to come. You know, there's a lot more to come. They just opened up a weed store close by me, so got some good inspiration. I'm gonna get some good inspiration, you know what I mean? No, it's the funniest thing I've seen. There's a weed store open right next to a school in the Bronx. Never seen that in my life. Yes, Mz.VIP. I see the look on your face. There's a weed store right next to a school on Katona Avenue.
That is pushing the envelope for sure.
I was mad. I'm like, that's
Wow.
disrespectful, but that's where I get Howie.
Yeah, but the kids can't go in the bike. I think about it.
Huh?
The kids them can't go in the bike. So, I mean, it's not even like
But just the looks of it, it's not right.
Yes, it's a thought. It's a thought behind it of knowing it's
Right.
different. You know.
It's not
Wow,
right.
I didn't know that.
So white kids are back to work.
Well, it's all white kids, you know. My ear
No,
that
white. So white fitness over that school. We have them send them to Richard. Yeah.
okay. But just to say something before we leave. The younger artists, they need to know one thing. Music is also a business. And if you're gonna do business, be serious about it. If you want to sell bread, you got to learn to bake. You know, it's imperative that you learn to bake if you want to sell bread. You know what I'm saying? So learn to make music properly because there's a thing called harmonically correct. If the song is not harmonically correct, you will have a great song with some great lyrics and it doesn't go anywhere because of this one thing. You know what I mean? The musicians were not in tune, the artist is off key. Things like those can hold back a great song, you know? And there's a difference between a song and music. Music is always harmonically correct. A song can be anything. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to make music, it has to be done to the highest percentage of accuracy there is. Nobody can get anything perfect because we're not perfect people. Nobody has perfect pitch, but get it as close as possible to perfection as you can. And there's going to be a big difference.
All right, so people, as you say, I will need to acknowledge the so we have a part two of that show that. So right up on now, I'm just looking forward to the new business them and then we can close it out. So we have April 23rd. We have Black Suit and Little Black Dress party. We know that April 23rd. Yeah, man. Britney birthday. So you know what I'm saying? Again, we have the 26th of March. Evanston Cricket Club come alive. You know, so we have enjoyment, bitterness. You understand? So people don't check out the one that all it but good is gone last week. I'm not sure the vibes there, right? You understand? So all if a thing go on, people. So we have to check out that. Fox Mars, that thing on top. But you know, how to say, we have to close the half because the time kind of really come. So Mz.VIP. Where's Mz.VIP?
Yes, sir.
Can you give me a run up before you leave? Your grand finale before you leave.
No worries, no worries. Again, everybody, thank you guys for tuning in to 876 Party Life. It's been a crazy 2 weeks for me. I have been down with illness. And so I know you guys been like, where is this VIP at? You know, and somebody reached out to me actually this afternoon. I'm like, yo, I'm coming. I'll be there. I got to work a little late today, but I will be on the show. I will not miss. I will not miss. But again, I think you, Mr. Bigga, listen, your knowledge is like outstanding. I'm like, definitely, we got to have a part 2 for sure and find out more. Like, and definitely bring on more artists. Because I have an artist. I would love for you to hear his music and tell me what you think. Because I know you keep saying you are right there. You can hear it. And I think he's gonna bust. So I just have that thought and feeling because I'm a little bit of music connoisseur myself. So I got that ear naturally. I'm an artist myself, but haven't really went that far. Always wanted to, but
you should.
yes, I appreciate yo like this whole session for real, and I appreciate.
Thank you.
All right, so
yeah, and again to all the viewers, thank you guys for tuning in on the live, the YouTube. Yo, I'm wearing my brand tonight, VIP Lavish Wear. So all your clothing needs, link me definitely. I'm happy. Look like we're having a little trouble with the internet or something, but can you guys hear me clear?
Oh yeah, we hear you.
Okay, good. But I do appreciate everyone for tuning in. VIP every day. That's what's up. Yo, big up Mega Force Reggae Lounge. Big up yourself, DJ Sarge, my co-host. Big up yourself, Bigga Hype, wherever you are. I know he's out of town right now and enjoying Jamaica. I wish I was there. And again, everybody for tuning in to the live, to the show. Very much appreciated. And staying loyal. We appreciate that.
Bless up.
yeah, man. So
Bless up, everybody.
grand finale, and then we will close it out.
Yeah, well, as I say, music is a business. Take it serious, young artists. Learn something. It's not too old. Tomorrow, I'm 50 years old, but I'm still learning. Still going to school. Still trying to get some more knowledge and everything. So Don't think that you're late when it comes to gaining knowledge. Go out there, learn the basic of the music industry, not just the money part of it, because the man would think the less about money in music, he made the most. Bob Marley. He made the most money out of music, and he wasn't concerned about the money too much. He was concerned about the quality of his music. That is what is important. So go out there, learn as much as you can about it, then put yourself out there, put it together, and have a blast. You know what I mean? And bless up Sarge, bless up Mz.VIP. You know, thanks for having me on. I appreciate it. I appreciate the publicity also. And there's so much more that I have to share. You know, we didn't go into sound systems or anything like that. So bless up, you know, we can do this again anytime you want. There's, you know, Sarge, you know where I'm coming from. I can tell you as it is. I can tell you where it's coming from. I can't say where it's going. I can't say where I want to take it.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So bless up to the ones, all right?
All right. Now happy Earth Show.
Yes. We heard you mention that.
Yeah, all right.
Respect.
Yes, again, people. We just want to say thanks to all our people who took in for the YouTube and the Facebook people. Yeah, man. Like, if we can just go over to the YouTube channel, type in DJ Sarge and become a part of the 876 family. That means whenever time you get 76 party on the show, you get the notification. Yes, again, we just want to go Mama Jerk and Ting. You understand? Mama Jerk and Ting, 29 North Genesee. Waukegan people. See that? Waukegan big kitchen there. So just go there and check out Mama Jerk and Ting. Them say food in. So, you know, all people are cook. You don't really want to say all people are cook like all people are cook. You know, say, and Mama cooking are great. You understand? So, other things there. Mama Jerk and Ting. Bless up on yourself. Yeah, man. And boss lady. That's what I'm saying. Big up your boss lady. Boss lady Nikki. One time you have to get that because you know that's not too much love in our home. We need some business to start up and down because you know, too much love and love. You see it?
True.
Right.
What I think. Well, anyway, only for love. All our people are keen. You understand? So, boss lady, again, big up yourself, Nikki. And Bigga hype, Mz.VIP, Bigga. It's a joy having you guys here. Trust me. 876 whenever we meet up. It's not going to be a done. So, blessings and blessings. Austin, take it away. I'm always.
Yes, I.
Yes, people, we don't come to the show and you guys here and look forward next week. As we say, every week going to be important. Every week going to be important. Every week going to be somebody to share some love and joy and some form of inspiration. All right? Boss lady, Nikki, take it away.